So I've been getting a lot of comments recently from people asking me how to prepare a cabin, why visitors aren't showing up on their island, or what they have to do in order to make a resident show up on their island in general. So in this video, we're going back to the basics and I'm going to show you how to prepare a cabin from scratch. Each visitor has their own requirement that you need to meet in order to get them to visit your island. If I was given a free island vacation with my best friends, I would take it in a heartbeat. But no, Pam's younger brother demands 1 piece of Sunshine Celebration furniture and 5 pieces of clothing on display in order to visit this island. But since fall is coming up, let's do one we can hopefully all do together. Let's work on Barry first. I'm going to first explain all of the different icons that you see. There are some visitors like Dear Daniel who are always traveling. There are some visitors like Barry who are on a travel timer. This icon means he's currently not traveling. This icon means that the visitor is traveling soon. And this icon means that the visitor is currently visiting. Look at his little face! All of these home icons mean that I have these visitors living on my island. And the last icon I'll show right here means that a visitor is currently traveling, but they're not on your island at the moment. When a visitor is on your island, you'll have a chance to get a daily quest with them, which will award you with a star. Today I have to brew a potion at the cauldron for Baku. Once you're done doing your quest, you'll be rewarded star rating. And you can check your visitor menu and you should have an additional star. When you reach 5 stars with a visitor, go talk to them and they will ask if they can live on your island forever. Once you hit yes, they're yours to keep and you no longer have to follow their requirements. You can remove all of the furniture from their room, use it on other visitors, and decorate however you like. Some visitors will have cabin requirements to be in certain areas. So for example, Dear Daniel needs to be in the seaside resort to be near Hello Kitty. If you didn't know this, all of your friends in the game have different companion abilities. So for example, Choco Cat has a 30% chance to craft additional items at the crafting table. Every time you use the crafting table, you should definitely be taking him. Every time you open a cabin, always take My Melody. She doesn't work when you're upgrading cabins. This is a common misconception. Only when you're opening cabins, it costs 1 strawberry crate less. Every cabin has a board outside of it with a number. When you want to open a cabin for the first time, approach the board and if you're on Switch, hit Y and then hit the repair button. And voila, your cabin is open. I would also recommend not opening up every cabin you see and only opening up cabins for visitors as you're preparing rooms for them. Eventually you will run out of strawberry crates, so don't open up cabins willy-nilly and be frugal with your strawberry crates. You can also upgrade your cabins by approaching the board just like you did when you opened the cabin. And now, instead of the repair button, there's an upgrade and a swap. And the inside will look like this. So the main room will look like a lobby. And it will keep adding 1 additional room every time you upgrade. We're going to be doing a cabin for Barry today, so let's scroll down to Barry. Barry is currently not traveling today, but he's on a 2-week timer, so he will be coming fairly soon. So when you click on Barry, it shows his birthday, a little description about him, how many stars you have with him, and his like tag. When you scroll down, it shows a cabin that would be satisfactory with him if you have one for him, and his requirements. His first requirement is that he needs 5 spooky items. If you look here, it already says I have 2 out of 5 spooky items. This is because I'm preparing his room in the spooky swamp and the default wallpaper and flooring are already spooky items. So if you leave it as default, you only have to put 3 spooky items down. So let's open our housing menu by hitting Y on Switch. Then hit Y again to open your inventory. There are so many spooky items ranging from clothing to flowers to candles to even furniture, so you probably won't have a hard time finding some. Every item in the game has a tag and you can actually look them up fairly quickly when you're preparing a cabin for a visitor. My Melody shop has tons of spooky items and you can check your furniture inventory by clicking the left joystick if you're on Switch. Navigating to this little pumpkin icon, which is the spooky icon, hit A to select, then X to confirm. This will show you all of your spooky furniture, and if you look here, you can see that Barry requires it. If you hit left joystick again, and then you navigate to this little tab, you can also search by resident too, so you can show all of the furniture that Barry requires. So if you don't have any jack-o'-lanterns or spooky clothing, hopefully you have spooky furniture, and you can put some down in his room. Alright, so I have my 5 spooky items. His next requirement is that he needs 3 joke items. One of the first quests that we had to do with Batsmaro was to craft water balloons, I believe. So you can go to the crafting table and craft more water balloons and place them down in his room. You can place inventory items down just the same by opening your housing menu. And the first tab is your inventory tab. And just scroll down to your water balloons. And I'm just going to put them on the floor, but you can stack furniture so you can put them on the dresser if you want to, or even on a table. And his last requirement is that he needs 2 sweet items. A really simple sweet item that you have is a strawberry. If you go to this menu, this is your food menu. And once you're done placing all of your items, you'll see that a little 1 icon popped up here. If you hit this left trigger, it will show that you satisfy Barry's requirements. You'll also see these 3 hearts. If you look here, it shows that Barry likes joke items. If you add joke items to Barry's room, this will increase his chances of visiting every day. You can add a maximum of 5 joke items. This works with every visitor too. Every visitor has a tag that they like. And if you open up this menu again, he has 5 hearts, so his room is officially complete. So when Barry is traveling, he will hopefully show up, and all I have to do is complete his dailies every day and I can get him as a permanent resident. This is the same thing that you do for every single visitor on the island. If you're unsure about what a tag means, I have tons of videos about every single visitor in the game. I would also recommend just going to Hello Kitty Island Adventure Wiki.gg. You can search by visitor and it has all of their information. Also, if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to join my Discord. We have such a friendly and active community, and we're always looking for people to play with and trade items with and just hang out. So I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.